Have you ever wondered why some people seem to navigate life with ease while others struggle? One powerful secret lies in the concept of beginner's mind. This mindset can help you experience the world with fresh eyes, even if you've been doing something for years. In fact, studies show that maintaining a beginner's mind can boost creativity by up to 40%. That's a significant leap. But here's the kicker: according to research, about 90% of adults admit they rarely try new things. They stick to routines and resist change, limiting their potential. This is where a beginner's mind can change everything. It allows you to let go of assumptions and embrace the unknown. In this video, we'll explore how adopting this mindset can help you break free from mental barriers, find joy in everyday tasks, and rewire your brain for happiness. We'll uncover unique strategies to help you cultivate curiosity over judgment and keep your mind open throughout life. So, if you're ready to discover the magic of living like a beginner, stay tuned. You'll learn how to transform your daily routine, manage stress, and unlock new possibilities. Let's dive in and find out why beginner's mind isn't just for beginners, it's for everyone. Chapter 1: Unlocking the Magic of Beginner's Mind. When people hear beginner's mind, they often assume it's only for newcomers. But this mindset can benefit anyone, no matter how experienced. It's all about approaching life with openness and curiosity, much like a child would. Shoshin, the Japanese term for beginner's mind, comes from Zen Buddhism. Zen masters believe that this mindset keeps the mind free of assumptions and judgments. Imagine how refreshing it would be to face each moment without preconceived notions. Many people think experience equals expertise, but it often brings mental baggage. Beginners tend to have fewer expectations, which opens them to possibilities. Studies show that this openness can actually spark creativity. According to a 2015 study in Frontiers in Psychology, individuals who approached tasks with a beginner-like mindset performed better in creative problem solving. A great way to unlock this magic in your daily life is through mindfulness. Start by observing your thoughts without trying to label them as good or bad. Try this while doing simple tasks, like eating, walking, or even brushing your teeth. These moments, when viewed through fresh eyes, can become new experiences. Jon Kabat-Zinn, the creator of mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, says, "The beginner's mind is characterized by openness, eagerness, and lack of preconceptions." Cultivating this approach can give you a new lens on even the most routine activities. Chapter 2: Dismantling Mental Barriers. A fresh perspective. We all build mental barriers over time, often without realizing it. These are the automatic judgments and assumptions we make, which can close us off from new experiences. To practice beginner's mind, we need to break down these barriers. One way is to become aware of your own thoughts and ask, what if this wasn't true? This simple question can stop you from getting stuck in rigid thinking. Another effective strategy is mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness doesn't just help you relax, it rewires your brain. In fact, research from Harvard shows that practicing mindfulness can shrink the amygdala, the part of your brain that controls fear and anxiety. It also increases the gray matter in your prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision-making and openness. This allows you to handle situations with a fresh perspective. Next time you're in a stressful situation, take a step back and ask yourself, what would a beginner see here? This technique helps you stay curious instead of falling into old patterns. It's not about being naive, it's about seeing clearly without mental filters. The famous Zen master Shunryu Suzuki wrote, "In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few." That's because beginners don't lock themselves into one way of thinking. If you want to dismantle mental barriers, try this quick exercise. Imagine you're visiting your own home for the first time. Walk through the rooms and notice things you've never paid attention to before. This practice helps train your mind to see familiar things with fresh eyes. Chapter 3: Rewiring Your Brain. The Science of Mindfulness. Did you know that your brain can change even as an adult? This concept, called neuroplasticity, means you can actually train your brain to think differently. When you practice mindfulness with a beginner's mind, you're encouraging your brain to stay flexible. According to research from UCLA, just 8 weeks of mindfulness meditation can increase the density of gray matter in the brain. That means your brain is literally growing in areas related to learning, memory, and emotional regulation. Mindfulness also impacts how you respond to stress. Typically, our brains go into fight or flight mode when we're faced with a challenge. But when you regularly practice mindfulness, your brain learns to respond more calmly. A 2014 study from Carnegie Mellon University found that participants who practiced mindfulness had lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, compared to those who didn't. One way to rewire your brain for mindfulness is through focused breathing exercises. These aren't just about relaxation, they're about awareness. Here's a simple one. Close your eyes and take 5 deep breaths, focusing on how the air feels as it enters and leaves your body. This practice helps break the cycle of automatic thinking. It's also important to be patient with yourself. Adopting a beginner's mind takes time, and it's easy to fall back into old habits. But the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Neuroscientists suggest that consistency is key. Just like building a muscle, the more you practice mindfulness, the stronger your brain becomes. Keep in mind that this is a journey, not a destination. Another technique is mindful observation. Choose an object, like a plant or a cup of coffee, and examine it as if you've never seen it before. Pay attention to its texture, color, and shape. This exercise helps rewire your brain to focus on the present moment without judgment. Over time, this type of practice can improve your overall awareness and creativity. Research shows that mindfulness can even improve problem-solving abilities. In a 2017 study published in the Journal of Cognitive Enhancement, participants who practiced mindfulness showed increased cognitive flexibility. In other words, they were better at adapting to new challenges and thinking outside the box. By combining mindfulness with the beginner's mind, you're not just improving your mental state, you're changing your brain in ways that make you more open, creative, and less stressed. It's like giving yourself a mental reboot. Chapter 4: Everyday Mindfulness. Finding joy in the mundane. We often rush through our daily routines without much thought. But what if you could turn mundane tasks into moments of mindfulness? It's possible to find joy in even the simplest activities, like washing dishes or commuting to work. A great way to start is by fully focusing on the task at hand. When you're doing the dishes, pay attention to the feel of the water, the sound of the soap bubbles, and the rhythm of your hands. This practice turns something ordinary into a moment of presence. Research shows that mindfulness can significantly reduce stress. A 2010 study from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who stay mindful during everyday activities are generally happier. This is because they're fully engaged in the present, not lost in thoughts about the past or future. The key is to approach each task with curiosity, as if you're doing it for the first time. Thich Nhat Hanh, a famous mindfulness teacher, says, "Wash the dishes as if they were the baby Jesus." His point? Treat every action with care and attention. A simple way to practice mindfulness in daily life is through mindful walking. Instead of rushing from point A to B, slow down and focus on the sensation of your feet touching the ground. Notice the air around you, the colors of the sky, and the sounds of your environment. This small shift can transform your experience of a walk. Another tip is to create a mindfulness trigger. Choose a specific task, like brushing your teeth or drinking coffee, and use it as a signal to practice mindfulness. When the task arises, take a deep breath and fully engage with it. This method helps bring mindfulness into everyday life without needing extra time. Mindful eating is another powerful practice. We often eat on autopilot, but slowing down and savoring each bite can make meals more satisfying. Focus on the flavors, textures, and smells of your food. Studies show that mindful eating can even help with weight management. Research from the University of California found that participants who practiced mindful eating were less likely to overeat and made healthier food choices. By bringing mindfulness to daily tasks, you're not just ticking off to-dos. You're transforming them into opportunities to connect with the present moment. This practice can make even the most routine parts of your day feel fresh and fulfilling. Chapter 5: Curiosity over Judgment, a mindset shift. We're wired to judge. Whether it's ourselves, others, or situations, we often form quick opinions. But what if we replace judgment with curiosity? This small mindset shift can have a huge impact on your mindfulness practice. When we approach life with curiosity, we open ourselves to learning and growth, rather than shutting down or getting stuck in negativity. One way to practice this shift is through self-awareness. When you catch yourself making a judgment, like thinking, "This is boring," or "I'm not good at this," pause and ask, "Is this really true?" Then, get curious. What can you learn from this moment? This curiosity breaks the pattern of automatic judgment and opens your mind to new possibilities. Curiosity is also key to managing difficult emotions. Instead of pushing away uncomfortable feelings, lean into them. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? And what can I learn from this emotion? Research published in the Journal of Emotion shows that people who approach emotions with curiosity are better at regulating their emotional responses, leading to improved mental health. Another strategy is to practice mindful listening. We often listen to others with half our attention, jumping to conclusions or preparing our next response. Try listening with curiosity instead. Focus fully on the speaker and ask questions that deepen your understanding. Not only does this improve relationships, but it also strengthens your ability to stay present and open. Zen teacher Shunryu Suzuki once said, "In the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the expert's mind, there are few." Curiosity creates space for those possibilities. It helps us see challenges as opportunities to learn, rather than problems to be solved quickly. A simple exercise to build curiosity is to ask what-if questions throughout your day. What if you took a different route to work? What if you approached a task in a completely new way? This playful approach keeps your mind open and helps you break free from old habits. Over time, you'll notice that curiosity feels lighter than judgment. It's a path to greater flexibility and creativity. If you found these insights helpful, don't forget to subscribe. Join us on this journey toward a more mindful and open-minded life. Your adventure starts now.